Hello, all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're in a slightly different space today. Today, we're in my office for our kids' Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. So thank you guys so much for coming and tuning live to hang out with Miss Kristen and bear drills for our kids' Jiu-Jitsu class. So if you're checking in, please go ahead and write in the comment section like who you are and where you're coming from, all that good stuff. Now, this material will also be available 12 hours later. So I will just leave the video posted so you can review the material as often as you like. Real quick, make sure you're subscribed, like, and share so that way I can get more viewership. And then if you're interested in contributing to the channel and kind of helping me out a little bit, you can become a patron. And when you become a patron, you can donate $1, $5, or $10 a month, and you get basically private access to certain exclusive content. So if you'd like to support the channel, you can become a patron. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Same format as usual, guys. For my kids, just reviewing some of our rules. First rule in my class, respect. Respect means not just respecting, me, your instructor, but respecting, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. That's our first rule. Our second rule is discipline. And that means self-discipline, which is very important right now, considering you're training at home, by yourself, probably with your parents. So doing the right thing even when no one is watching, even though I'm secretly watching. I'm asking your parents later. Okay, so those are the first two rules. So what we're going to do today is our typical format. We're going to warm up first. After our warm up, we're going to do some solo drills, then the move of the day. And then what we're going to finish with is we're going to go ahead and finish with a game. And I have a fun new game for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have any questions anytime, please write in the comment sections and smash that thumbs up button. So I know you like the video. Let's go ahead and get started. So our first warm up today, guys, is we're going to do some red light, green light, like typical. And we're going to do our bear crawl. So we're going to do bear crawls and crab walks today. So what we're going to do for our red light, green light. So red light means stop. Green light means go. Red light means slow motion. So we're in our bear crawl position. So if I say red light, you don't move. If I say green light, we're going to go. If I say yellow light, we're going to go slow motion. Okay, nice and slow. So making sure everyone's ready. Red light, green light, red light, yellow light. And we're going to do lots of yellow lights. The reason why is because I want everyone to go really slow to get stronger. Okay, red light. Now, after we've done that one, now we're going to, if you're walking towards the camera, I like you to go backwards. Same bear crawl, but backwards. So I would like you to do a yellow light. So we're going to go ahead and go as slow as possible. Red light. Okay, good job, guys. Now we're going to go ahead and do our crab walk. Now, when we do our crab walk, we're going to do our crab walk forward first. So we're looking at the camera, so you can follow first. And we're going to do a yellow light. So we're going to go slow motion towards the camera. Red light. Now we're going to do a yellow light back. Slow motion. Making sure we're nice and strong. Red light. Awesome. So we did our bear crawl forward and back. And we did our crab walk forward and back. Now, depending on the size of your space, it's not as long as it is at the gym. So that's why we did the yellow light, to make it a little bit harder and make you guys a little bit stronger. So let's go ahead and get to some stretches. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into our seal stretch. Making sure we're looking up at the ceiling. Okay. Nice. Because if you guys are, hopefully you guys haven't been sitting all day, so we can stretch out our body. Now we're going to slide our knee up, drop our hip, look over our shoulder. And back. Switch. Slide the other knee up, look over our shoulder. And back. Now we're going to push back, cat stretch. Making sure we're doing our cat stretch. It's our nice, good based position. Okay. Almost like we're holding a good mount. Now we're going to walk our hands over to the side. And then walk our hands over to the side. Now we're going to go sit back to our stomach. Now, last class, last week, we did the collar choke. Now we're going to do collar choke sit-ups as our fitness portion. So I always want to do a little bit of a fitness test after our stretches. So we're going to imagine like we have a guard position. Everyone see this? Now we're going to reach up like we're going for the collar choke. It's very important. I don't want to see this. No one chokes anyone like this. So I want to do basically a reverse teeter-totter, up, and then back. Okay, ready? So up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10. Okay, we have our collar choke sit-ups. Our good standing base. You can fix your gi. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So, our first move we're going to do today is going to be reviewing the technique that we did from the class before, which is our collar choke. Okay, so our cross collar choke is usually one of the first submissions I teach kids. The reason why is because you're going to see it from multiple positions. So we have two types of collar chokes, our 50-50 and our 80-20 choke. So all that means is we have palm up choke, and we have a palm up, palm down choke. That's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to shadow box it first, and then we're going to review it from the mount position. If you have a partner at home, you can practice with them, or you can practice with your parent. I will be practicing with bear drills, but we're going to do it from the knees first as a solo drill. So our solo drill, so we're going to go palm up, palm up. So we do palm up, we want to make sure the second hand is under the collar. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, making sure we're under like this. Okay, so I'm turning the shoulder for that 50-50. So one hand the collar. Second one, I reach underneath the shoulder. I'm going to grab the back of the gi, roll my wrists in, and then make my chest bigger and my back smaller. That's what we're looking for. Yeah. Okay, ready? 1, 2, turn, and then straighten to finish. Okay, 1, 2, roll, chest bigger, back smaller. What I don't want to see is this. No one chokes anyone like this. This is just like a chicken dance. Don't do that. 1, 2, roll. Great, that's our 50-50. Next one is going to be our 80-20. So we put one hand on the collar. The second one goes over top, palm down. So this is our 20, this is our 80. So I'm going to turn my wrist in and then pull with the bottom hand. Good. So that's our 50-50 and our 80-20 choke. Shadow boxing it from the knees. Okay, very important. So once we feel pretty comfortable with that, then we can start practicing. If you have a partner, or if you don't have a partner, and you just have a very large teddy bear to practice on, or okay, you can go ahead and shadow box it from here. So we have the hand on the collar. First hand goes in the collar. Thumb goes behind the ear. Behind his ear, making sure that my wrist is close to his neck. So we're going to do our 50-50 first. Second hand goes underneath. I grab the jacket. I roll my wrists in, and then make my chest bigger and my back smaller to finish. Okay? So 1. Second hand goes underneath. Grab the collar. Grab the back of the gi. Roll our wrists in. Make our chest bigger and back smaller. That's our 50-50. Now, we're going to do our 80-20 choke. So, first hand goes in the collar, just like before. Now, the second hand goes over top. I grab the wrinkle here. Okay, that's what we're looking for. I grab this wrinkle of material. I just kind of hold this. Now, I'm going to turn my bottom wrist in. I'm just going to pull with my bottom hand, but I'm not going to pull with this one at all. There. So, first hand on the collar, thumb behind the ear. Second hand grabs the wrinkle, pinky behind the ear, turn the wrist in, and then pull to finish. That's what we're looking for. Okay, just with the bottom hand. Okay, one more time. First hand in the collar. Second hand, grab the wrinkle. Now I'm going to pull just with the bottom hand to finish. That's our 80-20 choke. Now, from the mount position. Oh no, Bear Drill's lost his belt. He lost his powers. Okay, So we're in the mount position here, making sure we have our good base to start. Now we're going to go ahead, stick my first hand in the collar. Okay, just like we did from the knees, but now knuckles are on the ground here. I'm already in pretty good base. Now I'm going to go ahead and lift his chin with my elbow, slide the second hand in the collar. My knuckles are both making good strong fists or on the mat. Now I don't want to choke from here. What I want to do is bring my head towards the hand that's on top to base. So I'm going to turn my wrist in, bring my head towards the hand that's on top, and then finish. Now the reason why I want to bring my head to the one that's on top is because I want to make my wrists heavy, okay, by using my body weight, because I'm on top of the bad guy, and I want to use that to my advantage. It's very important. So one hand on the collar, lift, second hand goes underneath, just like we did it from the knees. Now, I don't want to choke back here. I want to bring my head to the hand that's on top. Turn my wrist in, and then finish. Different angle. One hand in the collar. I know his head is absurdly large, so it's hard to see my wrist. Lift, second hand underneath. Turn both wrists in, lean forward, head goes to the hand that's on top, and then finish the choke. That's what we're looking for, okay? So next one is going to be our palm up, palm down. I'm going to back up a little bit so everyone can see. So this one's one of my favorite ones to teach in the kids class because it teaches kids also how to base. So it's a personal favorite of Miss Kristen's. So I'm going to go ahead, put a hand in the collar. Now, if I'm going to do palm up, palm down, I have to reach over top. The problem is I might lose my base. So I'm going to base, base, base. Then slide it to grab the collar. Head goes to the hand on top. And then pull with that 80% with the bottom hand. So, hand in the collar. Base, base, base. Slide, grab the wrinkle. Head goes to the hand that's on top. And then pull to finish. Base, base, base. Okay, slide, grab the wrinkle, the hands on top, and then finish the choke. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so that is our collar choke from the mount position, our 80-20 choke. So the reason why we're reviewing all of this today is because we've been working a lot of mount escapes, and then last week we did the collar choke. We have to review this because we also have to know, what if the person does the collar choke to us? Okay, and that's a really important thing to think about. So today we're going to be focusing on how do we use the UPA to block the choke, okay, to stop someone from choking us and to escape the mount position. So as always, we want to make sure we start with our good movement. So for our good UPA, we always want to have a strong hip bridge. The reason why the hip bridge is so important, okay, especially for my younger kids, is that you got to make sure your legs are strong. Because what do you walk on all day? It's not your hands. It's your legs. So you have to make sure that your legs are strong first. When you're doing your hip bridge, I want to think about bridging my hips as high to the ceiling as possible, but I'm just going to use my legs. I don't want to use my back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go up, and we're going to go as high as we can. Okay, ready? Up. 1. Up. 2. Up. 3. Up. 4. Up. 5. Up. 6. Up. 7. Up. 8. Up. 9. And up. 10. Good job, guys. Teeter-totter to the top. Now, that was our hip bridge. It's our precursor movement. It's the first movement anyone should learn before they start the UPA. Now, we talked about some of our secrets for UPA for our first class. And the first secret was moving our head out of the way. Because when our head is in the way, it is really difficult to bridge as high as we want to. So when I do my hip bridge, I want to make sure that I move my head off of center line. So I'm at this diagonal line. Now I'm going to bridge, look up at the camera, and that's where I'm going to bridge, do my UPA to. So what's going to make my neck touch the mat? So touch, and then touch. Okay, making sure I'm moving my head off the center line. So I'm not bridging, I'm not doing this. This doesn't do anything. I don't know what this does. This is nothing. So we want to make sure we go as high as we can using our legs. So moving our head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that's our UPA. Now, for those of you who want extra credit, you can write in the comments section how many extra reps you did, making sure that you did it all correctly. So it's very important that these are kind of movements for my kiddos that you do like every day. Just do 10 like a day, and that's going to make you so much stronger. So when you get back on the mat and start training jiu-jitsu again, you're ready. Because trust me, you'll know which kids practice at home and which kids didn't, especially when you start sparring. So the next thing we're going to do is our upa to the top. Now, I will tell you guys a little secret, especially my little cobras. You have to get closer to hear the secret. Okay. Most adults have trouble with this next one. So if you're having trouble, don't worry about it. Like I said, most adults get confused too. So our first thing when we do our upa to the top is we never want to belly flop the ground. You belly flop the ground, you have no more drive. You're not using your legs anymore. So we want to use our legs because what do we walk on all day? Our legs. So we're going to move our head off of center line. I'm going to bridge as high as I can until I can't anymore with this leg. Now I'm going to slide this leg down, big tripod, and come to the top. And that's our full upa to the top. Notice I never belly flop the ground. I use my legs the whole time. So what you're looking for is moving our head off of center line, bridging up as high as we can, and then coming to the top with no belly flopping. So what I would like you guys to do is do 10 of those on your own. Take your time. And then right now will be a great break if you need water or if you have any questions. So if you have any questions, you can write them in the comment section or if you need a little break for water, that's fine too. Okay, so go ahead. If anyone has questions, go ahead and ask away. Because if it looks like I will take those questions as an overwhelming silent no, and we are going to get right back into work. So, since there are no questions, we're just going to go ahead and get right into the move of the day. So the move of the day is our upa with choke defense. So now that we already have mastered the upa, we have our hip bridges, we have upa side to side, we have upa to the top. Now all we got to do is do it with bear drills. So we're going to imagine the person's going to stick a hand in the collar. The person that sticks the hand out, I want to grab that arm. That's the arm I want to grab because that's the one I'm already with. So if they grab me, I grab them back. That's what I have to remember. Don't just let them choke me like, here, Mr. Bad Guy, please choke me. No. If they grab you, you grab them back. You want to protect your neck. Okay, so if he sticks, so Bear Drill's here. He's a big scary guy. He's going to try and choke me because he's a jerk. Okay. Ugh. Oh, no. So Bear Drill's got me. He's in mount. He sticks the hand in the collar. So the first thing I want to do is I want to grab the wrist and then handshake the elbow. Now, once I handshake the elbow, I'm going to trap the foot. Okay? When I trap the foot, I'm going to move my head off the center line and bridge to the direction of the arm is trapped. Okay? And I block with my other hand the second hand that can choke me. Because you guys know, if he can choke me from out, he can also choke me from guard. If I don't block that hand that's in the collar, he's going to choke me from guard too. Okay? So what it looks like without bear drills, he uses a hand in the collar. I'm going to grab the wrist and handshake the elbow. Okay? So that's the first thing I want to do. Grab the wrist, handshake the elbow. So grab the wrist, handshake the elbow. I trap the foot on the same side. So how many legs are there to a table? 4 legs. Okay? If I cut off 2 legs of the table, what happens to the table? It has to fall. Okay? Okay, thank you guys. Oh, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Okay? So I'm going underneath, grab the wrist, handshake the elbow. So this is really important. So grab the wrist, handshake the elbow. Okay? Now, what I'm looking to do is I want to move my head off of center line. Okay? Take this outside leg. I'm going to do a big bridge up. And then block the choke in transition. Okay? That's our upa. So one more time. With bear drills. Yeah. Okay. So, hand on the collar. Oh no, bear drills got me. Grab the wrist, I handshake the elbow. I'm going to trap the leg, making sure it's a nice tight trap, not a loose trap. Now I look over off center line, big bridge up, block the choke in transition. So that way the bad guy doesn't go ahead and choke me. Now I can just start posturing back up. That's all we're looking for, okay? So, just a quick review. When someone grabs your collar, you're gonna grab them back. Grab the wrist, handshake the elbow. Trap the foot on the same side. Look off of the center line, look up at the ceiling, push as high as you can, and then block the choke in transition. Okay? And that is the UPA with choke defense, or the move of the day. So now we're gonna just go over a quick game that you can play at home for my parents in the room. That's a great game that you can play at home with your kids, or if the kids can play with each other. You don't need a lot of space. So this is quick hands. Quick hands is kind of like tag, but not quite. So it is from a bear crawl position. And I did this for my kids class to really kind of strengthen kids' cores. And plus it's fun. So I'll explain the rules so everyone can have like a game that they can play. So quick hands is kind of like tag, but except it's in a limited space. So say if you just have a space like this big, that's really all you need. Just make sure you don't have any furniture. Okay, and then what you want the kids to do is make sure that their knees are off the ground. And all they're trying to do, and you can decide if you touch their hands or they touch yours, it's up to you. And all you're trying to do is touch the hands. And what we're trying to do is work on moving our hands off of the ground when we're in a crawling position without making our knees drop. If the kids' knees drop, they will be push-ups. Or if I tag their hands, you'll be push-ups. Okay, and so it's a little game that you can play at home. Just kind of make training fun. So it's like tag, but not really. So like I said, we're going to be in a bear crawl position. Now both people could go at the same time and try to touch each other's hands. But what I like, if you're going to do it with your kids, is if you're the parent, you can be the person who touches their hands, and they just have to get away. And it helps really work on your core, making you so you're a little quicker. Okay, making sure you have some good stability muscles, making that pretty fun. So I appreciate for all of you guys who tuned in today. Thank you, Mike, for making a comment on the video. I really appreciate it. I love it when people chime in. It makes me feel like I'm not talking to no one. I know a lot of my kids who used to take class with me are kind of tuning in as well, and I really appreciate it. So this is going to be the new time slot for the kids class to better accommodate kind of what's going on. So from now on, Kids Jiu-Jitsu will be Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on YouTube Live on my channel. So next week, we will be starting the next kind of movement in the mount series. So we're going to stay with mount. So I'm going to do one a week. We're sticking with the mount position, and then I'll take requests on what the next position we should pursue for the kids class. I wanted to let everyone know I am also available for Zoom lessons online for one-on-one training. You can leave a comment in the video if that's something you are interested in. And that's for kids or adults. So that you can kind of check that out. If you want to support the channel, you can become a patron. Like I said, I put the link in the comment section if anyone is interested. And that just kind of helps support me while I'm making all these videos and putting all this content out. So I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your Tuesday to join me today. Thank you guys so much. And you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Tuesday.